Yo, what's good, everybody? And thank you for tuning in to another Tyler Perry Divorce Sistas review. If this is your first time coming to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning family member, then you already know what it is and what it always will be. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell somebody to tell somebody if you choose to. But if not, just sit back, relax while we get into this messy thing. Now, this is the synopsis for season 1, episode 1, and the title of this episode is The Pretty Lady. And the synopsis reads, as tensions rise in preparation for a church banquet, Geneva, Tiffany, and Rashida confront personal betrayals. Naomi seeks revenge on her ex-husband amid her tumultuous divorce. Now I want to start with the latter part of this synopsis dealing with Naomi. If you have not already watched the preview for Divorce Sistas, we already know it's going to be a problem with Naomi. Okay, Naomi definitely strikes me as the type to nuck if you buck. She's going to be the one to get things on and popping. She's not going to run away from anything. And if there is a problem, she is going to be the one to solve it. So when we see Naomi in the trailer that was released, baby girl got 4 or 5 police officers surrounding her. So it lets me know that she is pretty much about that life. And anything that she's doing as far as getting revenge or seeking revenge towards her ex-husband, anything that she does is going to be on 10 because it's coming from a place of hurt, a place of brokenness, and maybe even a place of, despair. And it's something to talk about when you genuinely and intentionally give your love to someone and they intentionally don't give it back. It's not reciprocated in a healthy way. And that's what I get from Naomi. I get that Naomi loved her husband down, and no matter what she did, it wasn't enough. I was going to do these synopses in one video, but I also want to give my own predictions. And once the show air, I just want to see how close I get. But that's what I really do get from Naomi. She's just broken and she's hurt and probably in a state of shock that this man has done whatever he has done to her. But I get that there has been some infidelity on his end, and I'm assuming that she's already divorced or they may be going through a divorce at the time. So let's get into the top of the synopsis. So it says, as tensions rise in preparation for a church banquet. Now, what I know is that Rashida, who is played by LaToya Luckett, is the first lady of a church, and her husband is being played by Devon Franklin. At this point, I still don't know his name as of yet, but that's who she is linked to in the show. And it says that Geneva, Tiffany, and Rashida confront personal betrayals. Now, this can go one or two ways. It can be betrayals that they have experienced within their friendships, or they are dealing with the betrayals of their husbands. Now, I'm going to say for me, okay, I know that this is about Divorce Sistas. I get it. But I actually would like to see at least one woman on this show being the person who destroyed her marriage. We already have Sistas where it's the man. Not that the sisters are all that great over there, but I'm just saying for the most part, it's the men who are, I would say, held heavily responsible for the demise of the relationships. Over here on Divorce Sistas, I don't need to see a 2.0 of that. At least let one woman, be the one who turned things the wrong way within her marriage. Maybe there was infidelity. Maybe she just decided she didn't want to be married anymore. Maybe she wasn't satisfied. Like, let's get some new stories popping off. I'm really not interested in seeing just all the men being trash. We already have enough of that. But I am committed to watching the show and giving, not bashing it, but giving my honest opinion about it. And so they're preparing for this church banquet and then having to confront certain things. And you know what I thought? It's always when there's an event coming up that things want to rise to the surface and has to be dealt with. Because I do not want to, if I got a church event, I do not want to deal with confronting anybody on infidelity. I don't want to confront any issues with my friends at the moment. So it seems that these 3 women just got some confrontations to do. And I'm also wondering how they are connected. That is something that has not been released yet to the public. I don't know how they're all connected. I'm wondering if they all attend the same church and if all of these men are actually members of the church. All I know, just from reading the synopsis and kind of looking at the trailer, a few times, baby, this show gonna be messy. This show gonna be messy. This show is gonna be drama filled. This show, what I perceive, is gonna do a better job at displaying the integrity of sisterhood and friendship more than Sistas do. So I am looking forward to that. However, we can be tricked because we know who writing this show. We can be tricked. However, just off first glance, that's what I perceive, and I'm hoping that that is correct. But this was the synopsis for season 1, episode 1 of Divorced Sistas, entitled That Pretty Lady. And let me know if y'all gonna be watching the show when it comes on, because if you are, make sure you come to my channel. Make sure you engage. Make sure you comment your real thoughts, whether you liking it, you're loving it, or wherever you may land in between. Thank you guys for listening. Until next time, I will holler at y'all later, and y'all be safe out there. 1.